Hey buddy, welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor. Today we're doing another coaching session, this time for Zyra, patch 9.6. It's a special thanks to Robert E. Lee, Joshua in the chat.
First blood. Minions have spawned.
So this is kind of a tricky lane. They're probably going to have an advantage on you early because Bard can potentially heal through your early harass, and then Draven should probably be able to beat up Kai'Sa early. It's not like they will absolutely slam you, but they probably are at a bit of an advantage, so you want to be careful there. And you're going Comet. I need to check how Comet works. I think it got a pretty big nerf with Zyra on this patch, because I think her plants got reclassified as AoE with kind of the pet, all that pet rework. Like wall of text they were talking about in the patch notes. So I think what that means is each shot from the plant only reduces the cooldown of Comet by 5% instead of 10%, I think. I'll have to test that to see. I mean, y'all should not be trying to fight him level 1. Okay, well maybe you traded. Don't let him get you with his Q. Oh no, okay, you actually did end up getting them. Alright, yeah. Bard just never ignited. So... he could probably just turn on an auto and kill her, right? Yeah. Don't chase too hard. We don't know where their jungler is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would chase that hard. I would let him go. I mean, maybe, but like... yeah, I would have just... I mean, I guess y'all got him, but... this is way too far, though. Especially you have no idea where Udyr is. Like, Udyr could have been trying to do the scuttle. Udyr could really be anywhere. Like, he's a type of jungler where there's so many different routes he could take. So, yeah, I definitely... once Bard, like, gets to about right here, I would just let him go. I know it sucks to let someone low go like that, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Because y'all lost an opportunity to push in the Draven too to make him miss CS. So it's like, yeah, you know, maybe you kill the Bard, but if you don't kill the Bard, you're losing an opportunity to deny probably like 100 gold to Draven. Maybe like a third of a level of experience. And you lost your chance for a really good back timing after the kill. So then he was able to get here and start CSing again before you showed back up. That's why Kai'Sa has 6 CS and he has 17, even though you killed him in lane. And Kai'Sa didn't die until out of lane. So that, you know, that 13 CS difference, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 gold. I mean, that's almost... and she's level 2. You're both level 2 and he's level 4 because he was down there farming. So, like, even if you killed the Bard, chasing him that far... is still probably not worth it, just because of how much experience and how much gold you're losing this early in the game by doing it. Aside from all of the risk that I just talked about, where not knowing where Udyr is and all of that. Yeah, so what that means, when I was talking about Comet, I think that Dark Harvest or Electrocute's probably better again, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up and see. Nice thing about Dark Harvest is you get Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter, which gives you sustain in lane, which Zyra desperately needs for her trades. I mean, you don't have to take damage in lane when you're trading, but it definitely could happen. Hey, thanks for the sub, Santiago. I appreciate it. Let me see what happened here. Did he just pin you? He's sticking around kind of low and he got you. I would at least throw an ignite on him if you're intending to stand there with him. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that really has kind of set the whole tone for this bot lane, with Draven being up so much in levels. Getting that solo experience. Okay, nice. At least you got the shutdown there. Anyone watching, by the way, who would like a coaching session yourself, you can just email me at thestratchprofessor@gmail.com. Happy to set that up for you. It's just $25. If you're a channel member, it's just $20. And if you want to watch more coaching sessions, I'll have a link in the description. You can watch the whole playlist. I have over 160 at this point. Always adding in some more. It doesn't say Zyra's plants got changed in the patch notes. I'll have to read it and see. I thought it said that all pets got changed to behave like that. Oof. That's an oof. Yeah, we're also streaming this, so I'm not talking to myself. If you're watching the standalone video, you can. I don't guess you'll be able to see the chat on the side. I don't think in the replay, but you're welcome to come out and join us. It's around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would probably just make a run for it and just let Bard get it instead of Draven. But yeah, we'd love to have you. I try to be as conversational as possible out here during the stream. If you have any questions, you just want to come chill, we have an awesome, friendly community. We're really chasing here. Oh, Zyra started flaming in the chat. Oh, he flaming? Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough to figure out what to do here. Y'all kind of, like, that chase early just really screwed you up, and then they've just done a really good job of bullying you out early, but yeah, he's light years ahead of this Kai'Sa right now. There's pretty much no way y'all can fight. Yeah, I would just run, I don't know, just leave and try to farm jungle stuff, because there's no way you're beating him right now. Like, he has a full Bloodthirster to a pickaxe. He's up 30 CS. Not a lot to do about that. It's on spell effects. That is an on-spell effect, though, the Comet. Like, the cooldown on the Comet is every time a spell hits. So that is what that's talking about. Like, the on-spell hit stuff. Anything that would trigger Leandri's would trigger Comet, I'm pretty sure. But I'm saying it changes the classification of Comet. We can look at it after this, but, like, Comet says specifically if it's, like, single target or something, then it gives 10% cooldown per hit. If it's like a single target or a dot, I think it gives 10% per. Dot might be 5%, but I know that Zyra's plants used to be classified, I believe, as single target. And so it gave 10% per plant hit because each plant can only hit like one time or like once per shot. It's really like kind of weird. Hey, thanks Plasma, I appreciate it. I think it affects Zyra's plants, but I can go look and see after this. Maybe I misread it wrong. I mean, it's pretty technical, what it sounded like. But I thought that mostly that was going to be a nerf to Comet on Zyra. Maybe Malzahar. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to understand. I think that Zyra is definitely one of the people who's affected by it, though. The Comet build on Zyra. I can look at it after this. Alright. Yeah, just try to... You got your ult. Right there. Get the bard. Get the bard. Yeah, ult. Good. Alright, well, they handed you some free stuff there, so that's good. I mean, the Kha'Zix is doing pretty well. Everyone else is, like, okay. Like, if y'all can just stop, like... Just stop dying bot lane. You've got, I mean, you're doing personally all right. The problem is Kai'Sa's still down 40 CS. You should be pushing this with her. If she's going up like that, you need to push. Yeah, drop a plant here. Drop like a Q plant. And then auto. Yeah, if you're trying to siege a tower like that and you think you have enough time, dropping a Q plant helps because it'll soak one tower shot, which doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. It allows those minions to get extra hits before they start falling. Because the tower will prioritize your plant. I don't know about Leandri's rush. I mean, you do have some pretty good money here, but I would have probably gotten Sork Boots plus Oblivion Orb. Just getting that 33 pin right off the bat is really massive for Zyra. Her base damages. I mean, some of these fights were pretty close. Like, Leandri's as a fully completed item is better than Morello as a fully completed item. But I feel like especially, like, where y'all needed the power, like, early, as fast as possible to try to keep up with them, that's probably what I would have done. Fortunately, Bard's getting a bunch of really goofy items. So he's misallocating that gold. Be careful, he probably warded that. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not really safe to farm here. They could flank you. Dragon spawning. Yeah, I wouldn't use a ward there. I would use a plant here. Spawn a plant. Yeah, like that. But don't use your wards, because now you're going to be out of wards for dragon. I guess you're never really in a position to contest that dragon anyways, to be fair, but yeah, use your whole thing right here. Yeah, you really need to hit that E with those plants. But, oof, that's rough. Boots? Wait, what do you... No. Why are you getting cloth armor? Nah, I think you gotta go Sork Boots here. Did you buy that stopwatch, or did you get that organically from your runes? If you did go in the inspiration tree, then I would have gotten footwear for sure. If you didn't go in the inspiration tree, I would not buy a stopwatch. I suppose you're probably trying to get like hourglass. I think that's just not... Like, you need a lot of damage. I don't think hourglass is going to save you for most of what they have. They're just going to kill you after they wake up. Zyra is not the type of champ where you have like low cooldowns and like big moves. So like if you hourglass and then wake up, you can do something else, you know? Like Fiddlesticks, when he ults, he has a special interaction with hourglass. Then his fear might come off cooldown. He could fear and then maybe get away. With Zyra, it's not really happening. Yeah, I wouldn't try to flank that. I guess you got it though, with the Kha'Zix flank. Stopwatch biscuits. Yeah, if you want to do inspiration, I think you have to go boots. They're just such a good value. And then, yeah, just drop a plant over here. There's almost. Yeah, I wouldn't really go hourglass. You need like Sork boots immediately. I wouldn't go tabby either. I mean, I know you're dying to Draven a lot, but like just work on your positioning a little bit more. I think you're just giving up way too much damage to get a cloth armor in this build. Zyra's just, she's all about that big damage, that one shot, you know, out of a bush in the mid game. Just pushing lanes quickly, getting vision control, and then just looking for those picks. It's really a lot of times how you end up winning with Zyra and solo queue. Other option is like counter engage them. You know, when they try to go on you, then you go on them and just use all your stuff for team fights.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Killing spree.
Those two deers about to start splitting. Let me go back into this one more I guess Kha'Zix is cleaning up. Alright, what do you got? Yeah, I wouldn't go Mobies. I think you need more damage. You need Sork boots. I mean, Mobies are okay, I guess, for like rotations, but the thing is, like, Zyra doesn't really want to be flanking and like showing up to skirmishes. Like, she wants to be getting vision and sitting in a bush or just like hanging out on the back line of team fights. So I don't know. Mobies aren't terrible, but she just scales so well with Spell Pin because the base damages on her plants are so high. And then I definitely wouldn't go Hourglass, because like I said, I mean, what's it going to save you from, you know? Like, Hourglass, like I said, either most champions that get Hourglass are support, and there aren't many that would, but, like, they have a special interaction. Typically. So it's, like, basically Fiddlesticks, or if they have, like, a really, like, long cooldown ult, and that could potentially save you. You know, like, maybe, like, a Zed or a Talon. I guess it could save you maybe from, like, a Ziggs ult or something, but, like, right here, you did get out. For now? Or did you? No. Like, that's what I think's going to happen most of the time. Like, Zyra just doesn't have any mobility. And they're just going to kill you, like, once you get out of Hourglass. 99% of the time. If you had the damage there, Kai'Sa got him though. Yeah, I think Leandri's Rylai's is almost always where you want to be. Like, the slow off of Rylai's is going to help not only you but your whole team so much more dealing with the Darius and the Udyr if they show up to team fights. Nice, son. Oh, right here, right here. Beautiful. Yeah. Nice. Okay, good. That was great. Yeah, they got that counter engage. Yeah, I think you can kind of get baited into getting Hourglass. If you already have Stopwatch, it's like, well, I'm already kind of getting the discount here, you know. Okay. Be careful, don't walk over here. If you're gonna do that, you gotta plant spawn. Okay, good catch. I don't know about using the ult time. I guess. Yeah. Okay. It's like he's pretty tanky. You won't have it for later. Ooh, that's rough, but you got him. It's like this is gonna be one of those Darius comes out and murders everybody. No. They don't chase. Got it, Darius, probably. Maybe not. Oh, the plant. Rush couldn't dodge the plant. Or the tentacles, rather. I'm sorry to hear about the lost streak, Shy Guy. You'll get it back, buddy. I'm a believer. Y'all still have pretty good vision on Baron. You try to push mid up, see if you can get like bush control, side bush control. See if you can get around here, like a control ward and ward over here. You can get that whole area and then get them with your E as they walk in. It's tough because y'all don't have anyone to like. I mean, I guess Lally could maybe check. It's tough to like neutralize the situation though when they get this angle on you on Baron. You just kind of have to get the angle and push up. Yeah, so see if you can ward here. Just drop plants. Drop like a Q plant. Are you maxing Q or maxing W second? Nah, I would definitely go W second. Like, you're at a huge disadvantage now because you put your secondary skills in Q. Like, right here, you just want to, like, just keep spamming, like, Q plants. It's like just 1 point in Q. And then you want your plants to spawn here. So you can keep getting vision, keep poking them, keep reapplying the Leandri's ticks, and just kind of wear them down a little bit. Especially because, I mean, Bard does kind of heal, but not that much. So yeah, if you have all of your plants, that'll help you out with your warding a lot. Then you don't have to waste wards as you walk up the ward line. So you can just like drop wards in here, or drop plants in here, drop plants in here. Plants also give you much greater scouting radius. It's 800 to drop a plant versus, I think it's like 450 to drop a ward. So you can actually drop those plants without being in Darius range, Darius pull range, for example. I don't know about that, Cosmic. You got your everything ult. Oh, you got blown up with your ult? I mean, let me see. You got Ziggs ulted. Yeah, I would just drop everything right here. Boom, boom, boom. I guess they killed you right when you're about to R. That's unfortunate. You did have flash. It's hard to see that though with all those like particles going on there. You know, it is hard to see that Ziggs ult. But yeah, I probably would have, you know, just dropped your ult, dropped everything right there, and then flashed back. Out of the Ziggs ult. Oh, come on. Kha'Zix, that's Dragon for sure. Could be Baron. Yeah, Kha'Zix just gave the Baron, basically. Unless Zyra Miracle snipes it. Wow, how did he get that? How? Was it Comet? Does the animation not line up? Hold on. What, did he use a W or something? Well, he was still in his ult. Was it actually Comet? I didn't see any particles. Boom. The Comet was still on its way, unless the particle's off on it. It was Comet, right? Oh, it was Luden's. Okay. It looks even more delayed than a Luden's. Hey, it's all good, Brittany. We're here every night. If you got something else you got to do, you know, just whenever you want to show up, we're happy to have you. You can always watch the replay as well. Parts of it. I'm going to try to start going through and putting the timestamps back in there. I know I haven't really been good about that at all over the last while. So I'll see if, like, first thing when I get up in the morning, put those timestamps in there. It shouldn't take very long. All right, what do you got? Bard has all the activatables. What if he has a Genius Hunter? Got him. Cossac's going hard. Your deer gonna run him down. Maybe. Uh-oh. Bard just bought y'all some time there. That was a good escape by that Cosmic. Man, that Baron play just like totally turned this around. That Luden's prop. The fail smite, oh dear. Just basically stop damage at that point. Like if someone's trying to steal it like that, just stop hitting it. Just let them hit it and then just smite it when it gets low enough. So that your team doesn't accidentally spike it all the way down like that. Yeah, if they're poking at it with little things like that, you know, just stop damage. A lot of times they'll just keep throwing stuff anyways. Like they, you know, in theory, yeah, they could just stop too, but they won't. They'll keep throwing stuff. Nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back. Bye. Wait, why are y'all have two people pushing this when Elder's about to come up? Yeah, y'all should definitely go, like, bot side for that dragon. I mean, I don't 3 dragons. I mean, it's pretty significant. Yeah, I mean, y'all just basically gave him a free elder by showing 2 people top. Yeah, you need to be pinging and telling them, hey, like, don't go up there. Dragon's up. Okay, cool. So y'all got it. Alright, so they just threw up there, basically just got caught, filtered in, you picked them off one at a time. Okay, so number 1, just be very careful about, you know, chasing people that early on. Just think of the opportunity cost whenever you're going to do something. It's like, what am I giving up to do this, right? So to chase that person that far in lane, you got to be thinking, okay, we're giving up the opportunity to push this minion wave in, perhaps get an experience advantage, and guarantee ourselves, like, you know, maybe 75 to 100 gold advantage, right? Whereas if you chase him, you're almost certainly going to be behind an experience. It's very dangerous because you don't know where Udyr is, you don't know his pathing. Draven could have rotated over there also instead of rotating to lane. Their mid laner could have out-rotated your mid laner to get there. There's so many variables, and the payoff is just going to be, you know, whatever it is, like, I don't know, 450 gold. I mean, it's a nice payoff if you get it cleanly, but there's just a ton of risk. So just don't underestimate the power of experience, too. I mean, I'm guilty of doing this sometimes as well, but, like, experience is worth a lot. A lot. I mean, even just in the raw stats, you know, you get a lot of health, extra armor, extra magic resist, all of that stuff whenever you level up, and extra points and skills. So obviously, like, certain levels, like level 2 matters a lot and level 6 matters a lot. But really just every level, just getting some extra points in there is a really big deal in terms of power. So you always want to make sure that you're pushing waves before you do anything. So if you're going to try to, you know, rotate, you're going to try to ward, anything you're going to try to do, make sure that you're pushing in the wave first for that priority. That's one of the big reasons. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Try to get really good back timings as well. So that was another thing that you miss out on, is Draven got to come in, you know, with his fresh bought items. Excuse me. With his freshly bought items, and then you died, but you also, like, lost a lot of minions. So not only did you, like, deny yourself the opportunity to deny him minions, terribly worded, but basically not only did you not deny him minions, but he actually denied you minions because you had a bad back timing off your death and you had to come back. So that's probably why, I mean, that's a huge reason why you ended up going really far behind in that lane. At that point, you just kind of have to wait on a gank, I think. You know, once Draven gets up, like a pretty substantial amount. It's tough because they just kept catching you, kept getting stuns with the Bard, you know, hitting people with the ult. But yeah, that's rough. And then as far as, like, itemization goes, I definitely think that getting double spell penetration is pretty standard and very strong on Zyra. So getting Oblivion Orb and Sork Boots ASAP, like as soon as you can get it, getting that flat pin, it's really, really good, especially against a double squishy lane like Draven, Bard. So yeah, consider that. And then you don't have to build the entire Morellos. You can just sit on Oblivion Orb and then go into Leandries after that. And then after that, do usually either Morello or Rylai's. I think that'll be useful. Comet is okay. But I think that either Dark Harvest or Electrocute might be a little bit better. nowadays. I really think that Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter are fantastic. Gives you a lot of extra sustain in the laning phase. So you can take trades without having to back as much. They are about to buff. Now, I haven't looked at how they're buffing the red tree. Let me see real quick here. So they're like moving forward on 9-7. Eyeball collection. Okay, so that's only for kills. So that one's terrible now. Poro. When your wards expire, they leave behind a ghost pore, which grants vision. So, okay, for 60 seconds. Okay, you gain up to 10... up to 20 ability power for every ghost pore respond, huh? So you can get up to... realistically, probably 3. Now, it says expires. I don't know if you replace your wards, if that also counts as ghost poros or not. What is zombie ward? No longer does bonus damage after killing a ward. So what, you kill enemy wards, zombie wards to sprout. How long do they last? Lasts for 120 seconds, and you gain permanent ability power. So that's 20. And this gives you 10 more. Okay, so that's like the old eyeball collection. So that's actually pretty good, I think, early on, because you end up sweeping a lot of wards. So I think that, well, I don't know. If you get an assist on an award kill, does that count? Takedown, yeah, so even if you don't get the last hit on the ward. Yeah, I think that should be really easy. I think that's a lot easier than getting kills and assists in a lot of games. So yeah, I think that those 3 can be really good early on. And as a secondary tree, I feel like... yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could just go Taste of Blood and then maybe Zombie Ward as a secondary. I don't know, but I feel like that's kind of where I would want to be. I would want to be in the domination tree secondary. Like, you can get boots and stuff like that in the inspiration tree, but I feel like I'd either want to be there or I'd want to do Presence of Mind and coup de grace. Coup de grace for the extra damage, you know, when somebody's low, and then Presence of Mind is really nice because you can't get a lot of CDR in your build, but being able to get that cooldown reduction on kills and assists and fights can be decent. So I don't know about Inspiration. Inspiration's okay. I think if you're going to go there, you definitely want to get boots, and I would probably get Cosmic Insight against a poke lane, or Biscuits, or Cosmic Insight against a non-poke lane, and Biscuits for a poke lane. So a lot of different options there in terms of items and runes, but I would definitely try to get more damage on the items and potentially in the runes as well, and just play for that early game. Just get that double spell penetration and really try to crank it out. And then max, finally, max your W second. This is going to give you a lot more vision control. It's going to give you safer vision. Remember, it's 800 place range on the seeds versus 450 on the wards. Then you don't have to use as many wards to move your ward line up. So if you're moving into dark territory, you can just, you know, use your W to scout a little bit, spawn plants with your Q. That's a really good way to get around control wards too, because even if they have a control ward in the bush, if you spawn a plant there, it'll give you full vision of the area the entire time, so it doesn't lock out your vision. So that's great for contesting wards around like Tri-Bush or the Pixel Bush in the river. Maxing out your plant second is a really, really big deal. I know it seems silly because it doesn't give them extra damage, and like your Q gives extra damage, but it gives you so much more utility and gives you the ability to use that for vision control without hampering your damage in a fight as much, because you're not going to be sitting around waiting for a plant for 20 seconds. You're only going to be sitting around waiting, you know, maybe 10 seconds instead. So it does shorten the cooldown, yeah. I think it's 2 seconds per point. Oh, I didn't need to type plants in there, but it makes them sturdier too, so they don't die as much to like AoE and team fights, which is nice, but like the main reason is just so that you get more on them. Yeah, so it goes from 20 seconds down to 12. It used to give them extra HP. I guess maybe it doesn't do that anymore. But it does lower the cooldown. I guess it's 850 range. But it does lower the cooldown, and ultimately I think that's more important. So that you can actually use them to scout. Like, yeah, the Q is nice. Like, the extra little bit of Q damage is nice in team fights. But, you know, your plants are going to be doing most of your damage anyways. I'm a huge fan. It just gives so much extra utility for rampant growth. But, because just think about it. Like, if you can spawn a plant 8 seconds faster, like, how many more auto attacks is that plant going to get off? You know, it's going to get off, like, what, 8 autos if it doesn't die in a fight? How much are 8 autos worth? Like, mid-game, right? They're, like, what, 60? Something like that, maybe? So it's, like, 480 damage. You know, in a 20-second or whatever window, you're going to get off 1 more plant. It's going to get off 5 to 8 more auto attacks. That's going to be more than 200 damage. Like, any way you cut it, keeping a plant on the battlefield or getting it back up 8 seconds faster is almost always going to end up being more damage than just some extra Q damage. I don't know. I guess if you're hitting every single Q within that window, so if you hit like 2 Qs, you know, it's 400 damage. So, you know, I guess there's an argument to be made. I'll just say that, like, the plants end up, like, having more plants out, I think, ends up doing a lot more consistent damage than it might otherwise appear. And the big thing is it gives you a lot more vision control. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Anyone else out there like a coaching session, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Happy to set that up for you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll have a link in the description if you want to see more coaching sessions. All on a playlist. Have tons of guides on the channel, tons of tier lists. We stream every night starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually till about 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come by, check it out. Super friendly community. We'd love to have you. And that's going to be it. Have a good day. See you next time.